Warning, you may have a little bit too much fun on this brand new Zion Williamson build. If you play on one of them little 99 3-point guards or an inside center, this might not be for you. But when you think of Zion Williamson, you think of some crazy standing contact dunks, great rebounding, maybe you think of the play glass from earlier years, but I put a little twist on this Zion build, made it a little bit more fun, made it a little unique, so without further ado, let's get into it. What's good, everybody? It's your boy JD back with another NBA 2K25 build for you guys. And man, in a world where all these little 99 3-point speed, agility, and the 7-foot inside centers are living, I made you guys a very unique build here. I'm going to call it my Zion Williamson build. It's going to play a lot like Zion, but I did make a few little tweaks. I mean, it's 2K and we're able to do that, so I made kind of a unique style of a Zion build here. Very refreshing, having a ton of fun playing on it. If this build helps you out, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to give you the build, the animations, the jump shot, all that good stuff to go with it. So without further ado, let's head over to the builder and check out my Zion Williamson build. Let's go. Alright, so here we are in the builder. We're going to put together my version. Like I said, I'm calling it my Zion Williamson build. It will play a lot like Zion with a few little tweaks to make it a little bit more fun. I did go left-handed, my first left-handed build that I made in this one. Jersey number 1, and I know if you go to the Minnesota Timberwolves, you can get jersey number 1 if you want to wear it in the rec or whatever. For the position, we're going power forward. For the height, we're going 6'6", so we're going to be a little bit of an undersized power forward, but like I said, we're trying to stay a little bit true to Zion, like I said, with a few little tweaks. For the weight, now this is very important, we're going to go 261 for the weight, and we're going to go ahead and max that wingspan out at 7'2". Now, let's go ahead and get into the build itself. Starting down here on the physicals, I always start down here because they're tied into all the other badges and everything like that. We want to be able to move on this build being an undersized, kind of a power forward, whatever. We're going 82 for the speed and 80 for the agility. That way we're able to move around both on offense and defense. And you can't have a Zion build without putting some strength into it, so we're going 93 on our strength. We're going to be able to set big body screens with this build. We're going to get strong handle on legend once we upgrade our ball handle and everything on this build. So we're just going to be a little bit more of like, bully type like Zion. And 80 on the vertical. 80 seems to be that sweet spot for me. That's going to get us more rebounds, help with blocks, interior defense. It's going to help us get all the contact dunks and everything like that we're looking for. So that's what we're going to do on the physicals. Let's go ahead and start up here on the finishing. We're going 73 on the close shot, just enough to get us paint prodigy on bronze. Now this isn't going to be an inside mashing type of a build, so if you get stuck underneath the hoop or you get an offensive rebound, you need to go up for a close shot. 73 with that bronze paint prodigy will help us out with that. Kind of the same thing here with the driving layup. We're going 75 on this one. It'll get us physical finisher on bronze. It'll get you layup mixmaster on bronze as well. I think the combination of those two with that 93 strength kind of makes up for only having physical finisher on bronze. I've noticed, bullying inside, trying to get some of them driving layups and everything like that. So it does make it a little bit more Zion-esque that way. And we had to give up some attributes to get some, extra attributes in these other categories, such as the driving dunk. We're going to take it up to 88, and then we're going to use 5 cap breakers here. At the time of recording this video, I do have 8 cap breakers, 5 for starter 3, and then 3 for the last 3 seasons hitting level 40. I know I'll get another cap breaker for this season, and then eventually when I hit vet 2, we'll get 5 more. So we'll make some more tweaks to this. Maybe we'll take the driving layup up to an 80 when we get those extra 5. But for this one, we're going 88 and then 5 extra attributes to get 93 driving dunk. That gets us gold posterizer. We'll have aerial wizard, so we'll catch all the lobs. You guys saw some of those. Get some very nice contact dunk animations. I'll show you all the animations and everything that I'm using at the end of the video. For the standing dunk, again, I think if you're going to have a Zion type build, you guys have seen a lot of my builds underneath 6'10". We've been going 72 on the standing dunk, but for this one, we bumped it up a little bit. We're going 81 on the standing dunk. I think that's a little bit more of a Zion style type of a standing dunk attribute. You might even go a little bit higher, but for this one, we're going 81, which gives us silver rise up. And then I talked about the gold aerial wizard. You've seen in the clips, you'll see some more here that, we get a lot of very nice standing dunk animations to go with this build. So definitely a lot of fun there. As far as the post control goes, we're leaving it right at 53. Like I said, this isn't an inside mashing type of a build. 53 is actually enough though if you get switched down to a smaller guard, that you can do some things down there even without having any badges, having that the close shot, the strength, and all that stuff. So finishing is going to be very solid here. Let's get into some of the finishing clips and then we'll move along. when you think of Zion Williamson, you think of them crazy, like standing putback dunks and everything, and we certainly have those, but we put it, like I said, with that layup mixmaster on bronze, and then having that 93 strength, you are able to bully some of them smaller builds when you're driving to the hoop. And then with that 93 driving dunk, you know, and having a little bit of playmaking, you're able to attack the rim, you know, get some very cool contact dunk animations. And then with the 81 standing dunk, I know you get you don't get the big man contact dunks necessarily, but you get a lot of very cool, like under basket animations, almost contact dunk-esque, and I think it really represents Zion well. And then, of course, you know, you get the crazy putbacks and then the alley-oops and everything as well. So it just makes this build a ton of fun on the offensive side. All right, moving down to the shooting. Surprisingly, when you look up Zion's 2K stats, and even on his template build, he has like an 80 mid-range. Like I said, we did make a few tweaks. The shooting is definitely where we made the biggest tweaks to this build. We're going 85 on our mid-range shot, and then we're going to go 75 on our three-point shot. Zion, obviously not a huge three-point shooter, but again, this is 2K, and we're able to mix and match some of these attributes to make the build a little bit more unique. That's why I'm calling it a Zion-esque build. I don't want you all to be, you know, trolling me in the comments saying, this isn't Zion, he doesn't shoot, blah, blah, blah. Chill a little bit, okay? We made some tweaks, we made it a little bit more fun, made it around my play style. If you want to make changes to it, by all means, go ahead. But with that 85 mid-range, as you can see, we get Silver Deadeye, Silver Set Shot Specialist, which is more than enough to be consistent to knock down shots. You get that Bronze Shifty Shooter too. I'm going to show you in some of the clips. You're going to be able to hit some of your moving shots and everything on this. Again, just makes the build a little bit more unique. And then with that three-point shot at 75, I've learned on some of my other most recent builds that I've did that 75 three-point shot is more than enough to be consistent on this build. With the 85 mid-range, you're going to get, you know, access to some nice jump shot animations. Like I said, I'll show you the jump shot at the end of the video here, so stay tuned for that. And then with our last few little attributes we had left, we threw this free throw up to 63. At this point of the game, if you played enough 2K and you know your free throw, especially if you play a lot of rec like I do, you can be more than enough, you know, consistent to knock down free throws in the rec. So let's show you a few of these shooting stats, and then we'll move along into the playmaking. Like I said, a true Zion build might not have the level of shooting that we put on this, but I made it a little bit unique. And with that 85 mid-range, you are able to get the Bronze Shifty Shooter. You're able to knock down them other shots, and then having the 75 three-point shot, like I said, it is more than enough to be effective in this game. As you can see, shooting from the outside there, you know, you put the right jump shot on there, and you're gonna be able to knock down shots, and that just makes this build, like I said, a little bit more fun as opposed to just having just the driving dunk. We can shoot as well, and I'll give you the jump shot before we go. All right, getting into the playmaking on this one, obviously we want to have a little bit of pass accuracy on a Zion build. You know, if we're grabbing rebounds, we want to be able to throw outlet passes, and then again, if we're, you know, handling the ball in the half-court situation, being able to dot our teammates to help them knock down shots too. We're going 75 on the pass accuracy, which will get a Silver Break Starter and Dimer. Also get you access to a few nice pass styles as well. So, you know, like I said, we wanted to put a little bit of passing. We're not going overboard on this one, you know, but just enough to be effective. And at 75 is more than enough to be effective in the rec or in the park. Again, this isn't going to be a comp pro-am type of a build, so not too concerned about that there. For the ball handle, we're going to go 80 on the ball handle, and then we're going to use one of our cap breakers to put this up to an 81, which will give us silver handles for days. But as you can see over on the right hand side, with the 80 ball handle, you do get Ankle Assassin on bronze, you get Unpluckable on silver, and then we talked about having that Legend Strong handles. That is going to be very effective. Like I said, that really makes it kind of a Zion type of a build. If you guys remember last year, what was it, Bulldozer or whatever that badge was, it kind of acts a lot like that. And then with that 80 ball handle, you're going to get access to a lot of very nice dribble moves and everything to go along with the build. So you're going to be able to create your own shot a little bit, you know, ISO on the build, move around. And then lastly, with the speed with ball, we're going 75 to get Silver Lightning Launch. I like to use my Max +1 here to put that on goal to get that goal lightning launch. Just helps you move a little bit quicker. Again, can get you access to some nice dribble animations and dribble styles and stuff to go with it. So give you a few playmaking moves here, quick highlights, and then we'll finish this thing up with the defense. That Silver Break Starter having the 75 pass accuracy is enough to grab boards, and then you can see launch the ball up to help your teammates on the break. And then putting that 81 ball handle and the 75 speed with ball in there, you see a little quick little snatch back. If you guys have watched the channel, you know me, I'm not super shifty on the sticks or anything, but having that little extra shooting on here helps you create your own shot. And then the 75 speed with ball, using that Max +1 to put the gold lightning launch on there, helps you attack the rim and get those contact dunks. So again, a lot of fun here. Alright, last but not least in this build, we do want to put a little bit of defense on a Zion build. Again, probably most noted for the rebounding, but again, I've made a few tweaks here to make it a little bit more of my play style, but again, still kind of emulating a little bit of a Zion build. We're going right here, 68 of the interior, nothing too crazy. When we take the 68 interior and then we add the 78 block that we're going to put in here, that will give us Paint Patroller on bronze, which is going to help us out, guard the interior a little bit. We're going to get High Flying Denier on silver. This is one spot where I will use another Max +1 occasionally, being a tier 2 badge. I'll put this on gold, or I'll even put Paint Patroller, instead of having it on bronze, move it up to silver as well. That's what I've been using most recently, so you have a couple options to upgrade those badges there. Now for the perimeter defense, again, like I said, this is another one of those little tweaks I did. We're going 83 on the perimeter defense, and then we're going to use the last 2 cap breakers that I currently have. Like I said, I currently have 8. We're going to use the last 2 cap breakers to bump that up to 85, which will get us silver on-ball menace. We'll also get silver challenger, pick dodger, immovable enforcer, and then gold off-ball pest. So you're going to be able to get a little bit bumpy on the outside, clamp up a little bit, get some nice jump shot contests. On the defensive side of things with this build, be able to move around a little bit. So being 6'6", like I said, you'll be able to switch off the power forward and help guard some of the other positions 1 through 4, and even a little bit on 5. But having the higher perimeter defense will definitely help. For the steal, we're not going anything too crazy here, just enough to get silver interceptor at 73. Again, that's going to help you play the lanes. You'll have bronze gloves, so you'll be able to get some on-ball steals. I feel like 73 is more than enough to be effective, on a primary, not a primary of like a lock build or, a high defensive build. Silver interceptor more than enough to get the job done, especially if you play a lot of rec, like I said, or park or whatever. So last but not least, for the rebounding, you can't have a Zion build without putting some rebound on there. We're going 80 on our offensive rebound. That's going to help us snag boards and then utilize that 81 standing dunk to get some crazy putbacks, on the offensive side of things. And then we're going to go ahead and max out our defensive rebound at a 92. As you can see, that'll get us gold rebound chaser, box out beast, and pogo stick. And you're going to see in some of the clips here, even being 6'6", this build does snag. It just makes it so much more fun. Again, if you wanted to, not use your Max +1 on your speed ball and put, Hall of Fame rebound chaser on here, you certainly could. But I feel like if you're going to have a Zion build, you definitely need to have some rebounding on it to go along, with that standing dunk, the driving dunk, and all that type of stuff. So let's get into a few of the defensive highlights here, and then we'll finish this thing out. Like I said, I wanted to put in just enough interior on this 68 interior to be able to, wall up. I think that 93 strength helps, and when the 85 perimeter defense, you can see you can get bumpy on the outside as we force a couple of ball handlers to go out of bounds. That 73 steal, you're going to be able to get plenty of plucks, play the lanes and stuff like that. And then with the 78 block, you do get the silver, chase down blocks, and again, it's going to help you swing in from the defensive side. 80 offensive rebound, you can see right there, as I talked about, a very Zion-esque type of a build, to be able to grab the boards and then get them standing putback type of dunks. And then with 92 defensive rebound and 80 vertical, this build definitely snags on the defensive side of the ball, and you won't be disappointed with the rebounding abilities on this build. I'm going to go ahead, that is going to be the full build. If you want to see it here, all of the attributes and everything all laid out. As far as the shades of, you get shades of Scotty Barnes, Jalen Johnson, and Derrick Jones Jr. So the shades of aren't too bad. Like I said, we didn't make it to a T of a Zion build. That's why you don't get shades of Zion. The build name is really cool too. You get a small ball 4. I haven't seen too many of those running around. When you put your cap breakers on, it asks if you want to change the name to like a 2-level 3-way playmaker. I don't know, one of those generic names. I kept the small ball 4 name because I think that's a pretty cool and unique name for a build. I haven't seen too many of those running around here. So let's go ahead. I'll show you guys the animations, the jump shot, and all that, and then we'll get you out of here. So just real quick, wanted to show you guys the build here at 99 overall. Like I talked about, we put the +5 cap breakers on the driving dunk. To get us that 93 driving dunk, we put one more cap breaker on the ball handle to get us the 81 and the silver handles for days, and then we put the last 2 available cap breakers on our perimeter defense to give us an 85 and get that silver on-ball menace. Not quite sure where we're going to put the extra cap breaker from this season yet. We'll determine that when we get there. But I wanted to show you guys the build at 99 overall. Show you guys the badges as well real quick. We don't quite have everything maxed out, but we're pretty close. We do have our legend strong handle. Very nice that you don't need to use a max +1 to get that on legend for this build. You can see the gold posterizer and rebound chaser, and then I do use my max +1 on the lightning launch to put that on gold. And as far as the tier 2 badges, we get the Hall of Fame aerial wizard, gold immovable enforcer, off-ball pass, pogo stick, and then I talked about the high flying denier. Right now I'm using, I mentioned my the chase down or the high flying denier. Right now for this build I am using my other max +1 on getting paint patroller on silver along with the lightning launch that I mentioned. As far as the animations and everything like that go, I know you guys like to see those. These are the current animations that I am using on this build. If you want to pause it and take a look at the animations and everything, these are the ones that I use personally. They're not the meta animations or maybe the quote-unquote best animations, so if you guys want something else, you can certainly do that, use your own or look up on another video, but these are the ones that work for me, so this is what I am currently rocking with for all of my scoring move animations and the playmaking move animations. As far as the jump shot goes, I know you guys will be asking for that. We're using the very popular Jarrett Culver base with the Baluba and Kobe Bryant uppers. As you can see, I'm about halfway between push and release for the visual cue. We got the release speed all the way up, and then the animation blending is going to be 80% Baluba and 20% Kobe Bryant, as you can see on the right-hand side. A+ release height and defensive immunity with that A speed. Very nice smooth jump shot. You guys know the Culver base. Very, very smooth. Kind of that, budget T-Mac base from last year. So very nice as far as that goes. As far as the dunks go, I don't do too much off of the 2-foot. Do the reverses, and then we get the pro contacts. As far as the 1-foot ones, we get the pro contacts. I do the athletic hangs off one, the quick drops, and then I like the side clutches off one. You get some real nice animations from that. You avoid a lot of contact around the rim with that dunk animation. The standing dunks, I don't use the regular ones. I feel like they do slow you down if you have a higher standing dunk. I like to use both of the rim pull animations. One of them that you can see, that one right there, is very cool. You get a lot of contact type dunk animations with that, and then you also get the athletic two hands under with that 81 standing dunk as well. So that really helps out as far as finishing around the rim on this build. Signature dunks, I like to use a lot of the athletic dunks. We got the Giannis dunk package, which is a very nice dunk package for big men. We're able to get it on this build because of that standing dunk that we have. You can see Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, John Morant. And then I've showed you guys this one before, but the Ben Simmons is a very underrated dunk package. It's got a lot of very nice under basket type animations and everything to go with it. And then you see all the alley-oop animations as well that you get, as well as the pro contact and the elite contact alley-oop animations, which just makes this build that much more fun as you're able to body people off of those alley-oops. So that's going to do it for the build, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this Zion Williamson-esque type of a build. Like I said, it plays a lot like Zion, but we did make some tweaks to it just to make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more 2K friendly. I'm going to leave a card here if you guys want to check out any of the other builds or face creations. I do have a Zion face creation to go along with this. I'll leave those here if you guys want to check that out. Before you head out, make sure you drop that like, subscribe if you're new, stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.